Hey guys, how's it going? In this video, we're going to be talking about what it's like to manage and operate your sign shops above the line. What does that mean? Stay tuned and watch this video to find out. You won't want to miss it. Hey everybody, how's it going? Peter again with ShopVox, and in this video, we're going to be talking about what it's like to operate and own your shop and be able to train your employees with the method of living above the line. Now, I know what you're asking. What does above the line mean? That's a phrase that I've used in the past for setting expectations for your sign shop's employees on how they actually go about managing their day-to-day responsibilities. For example, you might be a small shop or you might be a large shop, but in your shop you have your graphic designers, your production managers, your account managers, and your CSRs, right? And maybe even some of you have your business development managers, the people that are out there responsible for drumming up business, for getting leads, for maintaining those relationships, and so on. However, when you have a customer that enters into your business, they go through each and every single one of those particular departments. They start with the business development manager, and there's expectations that need to be met. Then they may get handed off to project manager, someone that's going to quote and put together the proposal for your customer. And then there's that person that's going to design your project, right? There's a lot of interaction with various different people in a lot of your shops, whether big or small. You're going to be discussing a lot of different various topics with your clients and with your customers. So your customer gets handled in your shop with care. Your customers get handled with care simply because that's the way we owners and managers want our customers to be treated. We want them to be treated with the same precision, with the same white glove treatment with every employee that we have in our company. Each and every person in your company has to be trained on what I call the above the line method. Now, what is that? Okay, living above the line, right? Here's your line. And above the line is setting high expectations. Below the line is low expectations. You might see that your competition acting and treating their customers below the line. This is what separates you from your competition. You treat your customers with exceptional care, living above the line. I'm going to give you an example. We all have been here. We've all had this happen to us. A customer calls us and complains. A customer complains about something. It could be about the quality. It could be about not hearing back. That's a common problem. The customer hasn't heard from you in a while. What's going on with their project? Well, this is when living above the line comes into play. It's a theory based off of being proactive instead of reactive. Here's one example of being reactive. Your phone rings and your customer calls. Your customer's calling saying, "Hey, is Pete there?" "Yeah, Pete's here. What's going on?" "Well, I haven't heard from you in a couple days. I just wanted to see what's going on with my estimate." And my response that I'm about to give to them is a reactive response. It's going to be filled with excuses. It might be filled with reasons why they haven't heard from me. And that's being reactive to the customer calling into the shop. Being proactive is being forthcoming with your intentions. "Mr. and Mrs. Customer, this is Peter with Pete Signs, and I must tell you, it's going to take me a couple of days to put together this estimate. I just wanted to be forthcoming with you and let you know, and just in case you have any questions, this is my contact information. You can always reach me, but I'm going to be reaching back out to you in a couple of days." That's being very above the line, setting the expectations very high, being forthcoming. A lot of customers will tell you, "I'd rather you tell me that you're going to be delayed than have me to call you and ask you what's going on with the project." Now, any particular member in your sign shop can practice above the line procedures. Your designers can do that. Your designers can let your customers know when they should be expecting their proofs, their final artwork revisions. Allowing the customer to email you and call you and say, "Hey, I haven't seen your revisions. You said I was going to have them today and I haven't seen them." That's being very reactive. If you're going to jump out in front of these issues and get in front of the customer in a proactive way, now you're living above the line. Another way of living above the line is setting the customer's expectations expectations in the beginning of your transaction. What do I mean by that? A lot of the customers' questions can be answered on the survey, right? You haven't even made the sale yet, but you're going through any potential obstructions that you may find with the customer there at the point that you just met them and you're seeing them for the first time on the survey. Let's say you're installing an exterior sign of any kind outside on a brick wall. You want to identify those potential hurdles that the customer is going to have when the finished work is on the building. So let's say, is it visible? You want to make sure that the customer understands that you want to put it in the most optimal place for visibility. Recommending a size. If you're recommending a size based off of the customer's budget, that's one thing. But if you tell them that, and you're also going to be forthcoming, say, I recommend going a little bit larger because you might have a stop sign, you might have some trees or whatever in the way of visibility. That's being professional, but it's also handling any type of obstruction that you might have after the job is done. The customer may pay for the sign, may get exactly what they paid for, but you didn't tell them what your opinion was on the matter, and that's being very reactive instead of being proactive. Now, each and every one of your employees can practice preaching living above the line, managing your shop's operation above the line. Ideally, though, this has got to be set forth in your operations manual, in your employee handbook even. Something where an employee, when you bring on somebody, has to be educated to these principles, to your expectations, right? You may not run a business where you interact with each and every one of your customers, but your employees do, your managers do. So in the event that you are going to be absent from those communication aspects, you need to make sure that your managers and all of your employees are going to be practicing above the line. We want to set our expectations high. We want to live above the line. We want to make sure that we differentiate ourselves, our shop, from our competition, and we can do so here at this particular point in the customer service experience, right? If we're providing our customers with excellent experiences, and you'll hear me say this a lot, excellent experiences sell solutions. It may not always be price, it may not always be you, but the experience that the customer has is going to make them comfortable in purchasing from you in your business. All right, everybody, that's it for me in this video, but do me a favor, hit like, hit subscribe, touch that bell. This way you don't miss a video from me, and I look forward to catching you out there on the next one. Stay positive out there.